Hello. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ling Yi, in Chinese, Ye Ming. I am running for ICCI President-elect. So first of all, please allow me to introduce myself a little bit because I'm relatively new to the community. I graduated from Peking University in China, and then before I came to the United States, so I worked in the Department of Environmental Health for a couple of years. Then I obtained my master's degree in immunology from University of Minnesota. And then my family moved to Maryland. There I worked for a biopharmaceutical company. We lived there for 8 years. And also when we were there, I think my family was very actively involved in the local community, Chinese community activity. And then because of family reasons, so we relocated to Indiana. And currently I'm working for Eli Lilly and Company. And so this is why you see me here. So I have a very supportive husband, and I thank him so much, but he's not here. He cannot be here to support me because some other activity. And also I have 2 kids, Bright and Happy. And both of them actually, they are Chinese school students. So because of that, actually from the day one, when I came here, the first thing I did is to put them into the ICCI Chinese school. So even actually from day one, I started to do volunteer work for our Chinese school, of course, for ICCI too. So it's very interesting experience for us, and at the beginning you are just do regular volunteer work, so you may not know me at that time because I'm just like each of you, just a regular, or ordinary parent of our children. So starting from the little things, I start to, get more and more involved in this lovely ICCI organization. So now I would say that I really love it, and I would like to do more for this organization. So here on this slide, I just list out some activities I did in the past 3 years. So the thing is, like what I have already mentioned, so I always support Chinese school-sponsored activity, and of course also including actually those language classes. And also because I love it, so I always advocate more people to get involved in ICCI-sponsored activities because you want this organization to grow bigger, stronger, so definitely we need more people to join it. It doesn't matter you are Chinese or you are Asian American or you are American. I don't know whether I used to write, I hope I did. So, and also because as you may see that currently I'm serving as the interim treasurer for ICCCI since October last year. So I'm deeply involved in seeking the funds for ICCI activities. And also in the meantime, I helped to organize many Chinese culture promotion activities locally. For example, that's what I listed out here, like assembled in the 500 Parade Younger team. This is our big teenager girls. And also co-hosted the 2012 ICCI Chinese New Year Gala with the other board members, and also, of course, with each of you, and also helped to deliver the performance at various local activities, such as the International Festival, Chinese Festival, and also the Children Museum performance, and also and many other local university Chinese New Year celebrations. Excuse me. So why I stand here today to run for President-elect of ICCCI. Like what Ke-Yun and also Renhua pointed out, I think each of us, this organization needs the involvement of each of us. And like what I mentioned earlier, though only 3 years, but I involved in many activities sponsored by ICCCI. I love it, and I believe many people, I see many of those faces here, so you have already made significant, great contribution to this organization, and I would like to join you to be one of those. And I believe that my vision here for the ICCI is, first, I would say that I will serve for all members, So I believe that personally, I have the attitude and also I have that capacity to work or to approach each of you and to work together harmoniously and happily. I think we are here. This is a volunteer-based organization. So more importantly, we want to work together happily and harmoniously, right? We want to be united. So, but for specifically, I would like to make every effort to draw more external resources and create more opportunities. For example, both educationally and activity for our children, because children are our hope. And of course, also for their parents, because parents are our support. So also, if I will be elected, I would also like to promote the activity diversity at ICCI, which means we have already seen that. We have already have very, very well established Chinese education programs, as well as various Chinese culture promotion programs. But I think beyond that, we could do more, and we can do more if we are willing to. For example, more specifically, we can extend the Chinese school some activities beyond the Chinese education. For example, more specifically, for the summer camps or the summer activities, I know that from the other states, they have already started some new programs. So for example, like the exchange program. So we would like our children not to forget their Chinese heritage. We want them to be proud of that. So one thing is, you also want them to have more opportunity to exposure to China and Chinese culture, right? So they have some summer exchange programs. So I think that is a very good idea. And also, with China is developing more and more, and there will be more opportunities, not only the culture but also the business. So ICCI is the largest organization, Chinese organization locally in India. So I think we could definitely do more in that area too. And also currently I'm serving as a trader at the Chinese Culture Network at the Eli Lilly and Company. So I think I can do definitely, and also I have some personal connections with the other local Chinese organizations. So I think I could do some bridging work between ICCCI and other local communities. Also, I have a dream, and I know that this is not just my dream, and each of you, and also again, many of the previous presidents. I would like to make every effort to make one more step closer to the goal, to have our own facility. Lot of work, lot of plan for that one. So I don't have time to talk about it today, but I would just like to share with you that that is my goal too. So I believe at the end, being united, I believe that we can build a stronger Chinese community, can build a stronger ICCCI. So finally, I would like to cite this my favorite Chinese wisdom sentence. In Chinese, it's 老吾老以及人之老。 Every time, excuse me, every time when I cite this sentence, it's pretty stirring for me because, so what I would like to say is just to extend my love for my parents, to the other elders, and also to extend my love for my children to the other children too. So I would like to say that this is my philosophy applied to my daily life. I will also apply this one to the work. I will work for ICCCI. So I believe that again, I have that strong desire to work with each of you to build a stronger Chinese ICCCI organization. Thank you very much. I'd like to take any questions.
I really appreciate your willingness to serve. I think you did a good job when you were a board member. And I like your vision, like for example about the summer camp, extend the educational program. but two specific questions. One is about you say you want to get more resource. That's a very good idea. Then can you elaborate, besides the current resource, what other resources you are thinking about? The second question is actually 4 years ago when you running for president, I asked the same question. Establish our own facility. But now 4 years passed, I didn't say anything. So no, it's not me. Just ask you, can you elaborate how are you going to establish a facility for us? Thank you.
Okay, so regarding the first question, how can I draw more external resources? That is a tough question, I have to say. So what I would like to do is, because I know that, 3 years, but the 3 years I think I have already established my own network. So I can, for example, I participate in many other activities to attend the other organizations' events. So doing that, then I start to know that, you have so many opportunities. So ICCI doesn't work by itself. It can work with the other organizations too. For example, we have many successful Chinese colleagues, and some of them right now, they moved back to China. But they never forget United States, their second home. Though they moved back to China, but this is still their second home. Nobody can deny that. And they still want to do something, for example, business with us here. So I think definitely they know that, but I think there should be a bridge somewhere. Somebody needs to do those work. So this is the area I'm going to work on. So that's the first question. Regarding the second question, sorry, what's that again? Could you remind me? Facility. Oh, facility. Actually, being honest with you, I got inspired from Cai Qing's presentation last year. I still remember what he mentioned. I think actually, look at around the big other Chinese organizations. Some of them, they have their own facilities. I think ICCI is the biggest one, but we have not had it yet. So I think that is the goal. But how we'll get there, being honest with you, I don't know. Whether it can be carried out, if I will be elected in my hands, I don't know. But I will work very hard toward that one. So what I can tell you that actually recently as the interim treasurer, I did schedule a meeting, 2-hour meetings with our bank, the current bank, the Huntington Bank, and to talk with their, the fund or I forgot the words, like the fund of the manager. So very interesting. Actually before, Li Fang may have more experience than me, but for me it's first time. So they offer many opportunities. They ask me very detailed questions. I think they have very good suggestions, and they run that one as their business. So I think they are willing to manage our accounts better, maybe even than what we expect. So, but I just initiated, but I wouldn't step into more about it because I know that my term will end very soon. So, but definitely I will transit that one to my next successor. So that is the one thing actually interesting. Not only just how to help you to manage the account, but for example, even you have your own facility in the future, how to help you to run that facility. We will only use the facility for Sunday Chinese school mainly, right? And also maybe some activities for the other activity groups. For example, the dances choir, many activities. But besides, we still need to run it fully, and they can help us to do it. So because one of their tasks is to try to recruit the business partner for the local businesses. So I think it's very good for me at least to know. So I don't know anybody so far. I don't know anybody from ICCI before explore that area. So I think definitely that we can do more in that. Any more questions?
Thank you, Yan-Ming, for running this question elect. Since this going to be, if by law change, we're going to be running 3 years instead of 2 years. So I'm interested to know what do you think the ICCI board the relationship between ICCI board and the ICCI Chinese school, because ICCI Chinese school is our main body of the ICCI members.
I totally agree.
Okay, and also, since last few years, ICCI became more stronger, bigger, and have a lot of activity. So I want to know what you think. How do you balance these two relations, like ICCI Chinese school and also the outreach program?
As I mentioned in my presentation, I think no doubt everybody agrees, I believe in this room, Chinese school is where we started with. And also, it is and it will be the foundation of this organization. I'm very clear about this one, and that is in my mind all the time. So definitely, that has the highest priority, no doubts about this one. I mean, the development of the Chinese school, that's for sure. Regarding if you ask me about the program development or the organization or the operation, I would say that because as a president, because you need to to direct the whole organization. That is your major. Will be that president's major role or major responsibility. But of course, never forget that. I mean, the Chinese school definitely is the most important part. So what I would do is okay, I will use all of those resources or the network or the job or the work I will do for ICCCI, and I will bring the new resources and bring the new information and feedback and share that with the Chinese school, because right now, principal is in charge for Chinese school daily operation. So I think president wouldn't step over that responsibility, but definitely will make sure that school is under the right direction. So that is how I understand this issue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Only for that. My question is, we have limited resources. What's your strategic prioritization? Why we need our own facilities relative to enhance the Chinese school, enhance the cultural exchange program, etc.? How important would that be, and why we need our own facility? Is that my top priority, or is somewhere in the middle or down to the bottom? I just want to understand.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Han Ping Wan. I work at Dow AgroSciences. I just moved here about 6 months ago from Research Triangle Park, North Carolina. So I have a great Chinese community down there as well. So it's my pleasure to be here to learn and to really appreciate what you have done for this organization. I have 2 school kids here. So thank you.
First of all, welcome to Indy. And regarding your question, so for the facility, that one, I think that is like what I mentioned earlier, that is my dream. So I cannot say that it's on top of my priority list. I don't think so. That is my honest answer. My priority is how to make sure that our organization is united. That is will be always on my top priority. I think without that, we cannot achieve anything. So if you ask me the priority, so that would be the one. And the Chinese school definitely is on the priority list too. So you ask me that what I would do, how the important why we want to explore more new programs, because I recognize, definitely appreciate the current principle and the formal principles and also the formal presidents, their efforts to move this Chinese school forward and to make it bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. So I would just follow what they did. So that's what I will do. So let's say we have already had, but I don't know whether I should say this one right now or not. I would respect our principle about the daily operation, but I do have my own plan or suggestions. I would use the word suggestions to how to operate our school better, and then our kids can get benefit from that more. I do have some, but in front of the public, before I exchange my own personal opinion with our principals or principal or president, I think it may not be appropriate to talk about it right now. But I do. I can tell you, for example, like the school Chinese classes, the size, how many, something like that, and very detailed things, like the teachers. We really appreciate our teachers. They work very hard. Think about it. They are still volunteers, you know. So, kind of, I shouldn't say that, but just, you know, they work very hard. We should really appreciate their efforts. So that is should be recognized. And but we want to recruit the best teacher from Indy. That's for sure too. So, and also to develop more after-school programs, so that our children's life can be enriched too. So that's also the area we can do better. But definitely, I mean, the people we have already school academies, they have already done a good job. We are benefiting from that right now, actually, I would say.
Well, I was just wondering, and maybe I need to do my own research, but do you have a vision for how you could distinguish benefits of being members of ICCI versus being mere participants? Does that make sense? Because we have an overlapping organization, and there are obviously other organizations in Indiana right now that, you know, go to cultural activities and stuff like that. But how would you define a membership with ICCI and what benefits that gives to memberships versus just a participant that would come and knows about it but doesn't really participate as a member?
Yes, we have many other local Chinese organizations. How to define the membership? This is my personal understanding or opinion, more about opinion. I would think that for ICCI, just like United States, for example, United States welcomes the people who agree with this philosophy, agree with what we are working for. Everybody is welcome to join. So I think ICCI right now is already the biggest, largest organization at Indy, Chinese organization at Indy. So I would say that, you know, everybody is welcome to join. Like I mentioned earlier, whether you are a Chinese immigrant or you are the second generation of Chinese immigrant and Asian Americans, any Americans. So I think everybody is welcome. And I believe that regarding the other organizations, I think we can work together. We may have some competition, but it's a friendly one. So far it is.